Now with Luffy's bounty in the billions, Kid bounty in the billions, lower in the billions, as expected, all the Yonko's bounties in the billions. Nico Robin, pre-time skip, was the biggest threat to the world government that we knew. Being the only one that could read the poneglyphs. Being the only one that could help someone get to the One Piece. And then the question pops up, why was Nico Robin's bounty so low? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever wondered why Nico Robin's bounty was so low back then? I did, but then I thought about it. It first popped in my mind, ironically enough, very recently, when we got Kaido's bounty. Kaido, the king of the beasts, well, a young baby version of him, but still a menace, breaking in and out of marine ships, breaking in and out of marine custody. And what bounty did we give the mighty Kaido as a kid? What was Kaido's first bounty? 70 million. 9 million less than Kid Robin's bounty. Perspective comes into play now. A 7-year-old Robin with 0 to no combat ability, no strength, had a bounty that was 9 billion more berries than Kaido's. This monster, absolute wrecking ball coming up. And now you ask yourself, was Nico Robin's first bounty ever low? Because no, it wasn't. She had one of the most impressive first bounties, especially for a non-combatant, just off the knowledge. And I know we talk a lot of trash about the world government and how bad they are sometimes. This is not one of them times. They got it right. They got it right. A 79 million berry bounty, especially for a 7-year-old girl who can't fight and holds no weight in combat. So this bounty is strictly off of threat to the world government because of her knowledge. That's all the bounty is based on. She can't fight. You can't say it's power. We can't power scale this one. This is strictly all villainry of, yo, she knows what we need people not to know the most. Making 7-year-old Robin a bigger threat than 15-year-old Kaido was to the world government and the Marines. Luffy, our protagonist, his first bounty after being called King of the East Blue, after beating the 3 big pirates in the East Blue. His first bounty was 30 million. Not even close to Robin's. His second bounty was just a big higher after defeating one of the 7 warlords and throwing the One Piece world out of balance, throwing off one of the 3 major powers. After doing that, he got a slightly higher bounty than Nico Robin. That same arc, Zoro beats Mr. One. Mr. One is a known and respected assassin to the world, the Marines and the world government. Because while there was like, damn, this kid beat Crocodile, we have to cover that up, they were also like, did you see what his friend Zoro did? He beat Dad's bones. We have to give him a bounty. And the bounty they gave him, 60 million. Still lower than 7-year-old Robin. Then we get to Enies Lobby, where we declare war on the world government, shoot down the flag, and defeat Cypher Pole, a secret agency under the world government, with one Rob Lucci, who we told was a genius. And after that major victory of defeating CP0, when Sanji got his first bounty, what was it? 77 million berry. Still lower than Robin's. And I know Sanji himself didn't defeat Lucci or whatever, but CP0 was still a highly recognized division of Cypher Pole and were known for their strength at the time. And the Straw Hats as a whole got major bumps. But just for perspective, like we just talked about Zoro, now Sanji's first bounty. This is a grown in anime world, 17, 18, 19, that's all the characters, main characters. They saving the world at that age, so. Grown Sanji. A Sanji that's much older and stronger than Nico Robin. His first bounty, after a phenomenal feat if you can't respect it as much, at least in the world of One Piece. They made a big deal about it. CP0 was a big deal in the world of One Piece at the story at that time. And his bounty, his first bounty, 77 million. Another example, Jinbe. After having close ties to Fisher Tiger, who scaled the red line and freed slaves and was a direct enemy to the world government, and they wanted him dead and finally caught him and killed him. Jinbe rebuilt the Sun Pirates, became the captain, and started his own crusade with the Fisherman Pirates, the Sun Pirates. Broke off, we had the Arlong thing going on. They had to send Vice Admiral Kizaru to check out Jinbe and Arlong to see what was up with these people. Kizaru went there, smoked Arlong, came back and was like, Jinbe is a threat. Jinbe is a real threat. That man has power. And what bounty did he get? 76 million. Still lower than Nico Robin's first bounty. At the time, even I didn't get it. Of mostly going through the story, I'm thinking like, damn, Nico Robin is such a big threat. She's the only one that we know so far. We have other theories. The Three-Eyed Tribe, man marked by flame that may know how to read the poneglyphs, may not, we don't even know. There's other things going around. As the story gets closer to the end, we assume more people are going to come out of the woodwork that knows how to read the poneglyphs somehow, some way. We already seen Odin's dad is alive. He also knows how to read the poneglyphs. Someone smart enough can go to Wano, snatch him up. There are going to be other ways that poneglyphs are going to be able to be read. Some way, somehow. It has to happen eventually down the line. Either that or everybody comes storming on Nico Robin and the Straw Hats trying to get her. But back then, looking back, of like, who? As such a big threat, without all of those things, she's the only one we know. Why isn't her bounty higher? Why isn't her bounty... 79 million is a high bounty, especially for a kid with no power. Especially when Luffy's second bounty after defeating a warlord is 100 million. Think about it that way. They did not drop the ball on this one. Nico Robin's first bounty, one of the highest bounties in One Piece in context.
Yeah. I know that you gon' say, cause you need something real, for real.